Today I'm going to share with you summary of book. Why nobody has told me this before. Let's begin.
1. The missing link we need to be happier is awareness. The conversation about mental health is one of the most puzzling ones. Although one could say that emotional well-being is not a hot topic today, the stigma still lingers. As a result, many people feel uncertain and confused about how to handle their well-being. Mental health challenges can affect anyone, regardless of background or status. Julie Smith, a renowned physiologist, noticed this firsthand while speaking with her clients. They frequently expressed surprise and gratitude upon learning about emotional wellness, remarking, "Why has nobody told me this before?" This simple question reveals the power of knowledge, but highlights the lack of resources available to those struggling. Unfortunately, therapy may not always be financially feasible. Moreover, there's an overwhelming amount of misinformation online, making it challenging to discover the necessary tools on your own. In response to this problem, Julie began creating and sharing short videos on mental health topics that gained millions of followers. Small steps toward mental health improvement can lead to significant changes over time. Although Julie caught people's attention and initiated conversations about mental health, she still wanted to do more. Creating a 60-second video meant leaving out a lot of detail, which may be crucial for improvement. Therefore, she decided to provide more comprehensive information on putting essential concepts into practice. That is where this summary comes in. Within a short time, you will learn techniques that may help you alleviate the symptoms of depression, reduce stress, and combat anxiety. You will discover the tips and tricks most people learn in therapy. By equipping yourself with this knowledge, you can take proactive steps toward improving your mental health, even if you cannot access professional treatment. Key point 2. Negative emotions do not define you. For better or worse, low mood comes with being human. Frustrating moments can bring us down, but they don't have to determine our day's course or overall well-being. Many people go on through life believing they are not meant to be happy. They may think that their sadness is an inherent part of their nature. Sadly, this belief can lead to helplessness. Many try hiding their emotions instead of seeking help. However, we must realize that various internal and external factors shape our mood. Our unique wiring can make us more or less susceptible to specific emotions, such as sadness. But luckily, while you may be more prone to melancholy, your brain chemistry does not have to have the final say. Besides your predisposition towards certain emotional states, the factors contributing to your mood include physical wellness, relationship with others, past experiences and traumas, and quality of life. The mere presence of negative thoughts doesn't mean that they are the root cause of your problems. Other thoughts, physical sensations, emotions, and actions form a complex system that influences how we experience the world. They do not exist independently, but rather as a unified whole. While making positive changes in one area can lead to progress in others, it's impossible to eliminate low mood forever. Life is a complex and beautiful adventure that may present adversity and loss. Fortunately, what you are about to learn will help you go through rough patches without letting them consume you. Still, learning how to make life more enjoyable is just the beginning of your mental health journey. Mastering the tools that boost your mental health takes time, patience, and practice. It's also important to note that setbacks may pay a visit, as restructuring your mind does not happen overnight. Similarly, understanding how to use a hammer doesn't mean you won't accidentally hit your fingers the first few times. Fortunately, the more you perform specific actions, the stronger neural connections become. In people speak, repetition helps the brain learn new things more easily. By consistently practicing self-care, you can train your mind to respond to stress and adversity in healthier ways. Key point 3. Toxic positivity has a healthier alternative. There's a growing trend of always staying upbeat regardless of the circumstances. Apart from being unrealistic, this mindset is also overwhelming and harmful to our mental health. The toxic positivity associated with this approach overlooks our challenges and adversities, resulting in self-criticism and feelings of inadequacy. If we try not to have certain thoughts, then we are, by default, already thinking them. Dr. Julie Smith. Julie Smith emphasizes that we cannot command our thoughts. However, we have complete control over how we act on them. Rather than constantly striving for positivity, we can practice creating space between ourselves and our thoughts. To explain this, Smith offers a helpful analogy from the movie The Mask, starring Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey portrays Stanley, a man who stumbles upon a wooden mask created by the northern god Loki. When he puts the artifact on, it envelops his head and takes control of his personality. It dictates everything the man does. His identity dissolves and becomes indistinguishable from the magical item. However, Stanley does break free from the mask's grip when he removes it. Holding the item in his hands provides the distance that allows him to become himself again. Doing the same with our thoughts puts us in the driver's seat of our lives. Your thoughts are the guesses your brain makes about the world. Here's what you can do to get a bird's eye view of your thoughts. Grab some paper and a pen, or use a note-taking app. Start writing your feelings down. However, while doing so, use the appropriate language, such as, I am having thoughts that, ... or I am noticing that I feel, ... This way, you will see your feelings and thoughts as an experience passing through you rather than the absolute truth. Share what's on your mind with someone close to you. The person you confide in will act as a mirror, reflecting your thoughts to you and allowing you to see your biases from an outside perspective. Your thoughts only hold power over you if you believe them. Key point 4. Your attention belongs where it matters most. Once you've built a mental wall between you and what overwhelms you, here's the next step. Imagine a stage and a spotlight, with you in control as the lighting technician. You're enjoying the stunning performance, laughing and crying along with the intricate plot. However, stage crashers appear and try hard to disrupt the play. As a lighting technician and not a security guard, you cannot abandon your post to force them away. Instead, you must help maintain the overall flow. Similarly, in life, the spotlight represents your attention. While you can't always control the experiences life casts your way, you can decide where to focus your attention. While the stage crashers are still there, they're less visible if you shed light on legitimate performers. Practicing gratitude daily is the easiest way to enhance your focus and mental resilience. Just like building physical muscles, cultivating gratitude requires consistent effort. Here's a simple step-by-step process to help you get started. Find a notebook or journal. It will be your space to record your daily reflections. Each day, write down 3 things you feel grateful for. They can be as simple as the taste of your morning coffee or as significant as the support of your family. Spend a few minutes reflecting on the 3 things you've written. Allow the emotions and sensations to flow freely. The core principle of practicing gratitude lies in intentionally shifting your attention. Still, there are times when life's challenges may seem so overwhelming that we can't carry on with our daily routines. Here are some strategies to help you weather the storm and regain your footing. Use a physical cue. Extend your hand and firmly declare, stop. Combining this gesture with your verbal command can help disrupt the negative thought spiral. Get moving. Engage in physical movements such as going for a walk or simply standing up. Physical activity will help you unwind. Think about what you would do if you felt fully functional. Creating a mental image of your desired outcome can steer your thoughts in a more constructive direction. Engage in an activity that absorbs your attention but doesn't drain your energy. Activities like painting, solving puzzles, gardening, or cooking are excellent options. Key point 5. Try to alter your reality instead of avoiding it. How do you cope with feelings of sadness or despair? Do your go-to methods offer instant comfort from pain? If so, what are their long-term effects? For many of us, low mood entails the unbearable urge to turn our feelings off. There's a temptation to escape to a world where our struggles cease to exist. As a result, we binge watch a trendy show everyone's talking about, scroll through media for hours, drink, or indulge in comfort foods. All these methods may effectively relieve us. Until the season ends, the social media feed runs dry, the hangover sets in, or the last bite of ice cream is gone, and the real world comes crashing back on us. The speed of a solution does not necessarily determine its effectiveness. Slow and steady methods can lead to more significant and long-lasting results. Quick fixes may seem attractive, yet they do not address the underlying issues. Healthy coping mechanisms are a vital support system for our mental well-being, much like defense players in football. They may not be as glamorous, but they work tirelessly behind the scenes to maintain our emotional balance. During stressful periods, we may inadvertently neglect these healthy habits. However, when life starts throwing curveballs at us, those defenses will keep us from throwing in the towel. Here are healthy practices that will support you through thick and thin. Exercise. Start small and gradually build your way up to gain momentum. Sleep. Prioritizing relaxation before bedtime will help you wind down. You can also take a warm bath to reach a temperature optimal for rest. Nutrition. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods that provide essential nutrients for brain function. For example, the traditional Mediterranean, Norwegian, Japanese, and Anglo-Saxon cuisines are all great examples of healthy diets. Routine. Repetition and predictability provide a sense of safety. However, pepping your life with adventure now and then is essential. Communication. When your spirits are low, the instinct is to withdraw from people. However, we should swim against the current that pushes us toward isolation, no matter how hard it is. Did you know? Studies show that regular exercise increases your capacity for pleasure. In other words, once you find joy in physical activity, it will be easier to find joy in other aspects of life. Key point 6. Motivation is not a mystical force, but a skill you can learn. How often have you promised yourself that your life will change starting next Monday? We usually know what to do, but lack the drive to sustain momentum. However, emotional fluctuations are natural, and we shouldn't perceive a lack of inspiration as a flaw in the system. Understanding the relationship between action and motivation can help us break free from the cycle of inactivity and procrastination. Waiting for inspiration to strike at the right moment isn't the answer. In reality, motivation tends to follow our actions rather than precede them. Think about the feeling of pride and empowerment you experience after a workout. That's the motivation you're aiming for. If you begin working on something you wish you had the inspiration for, you'll likely spark a biological and emotional shift. This phenomenon can even help you reignite your passion for activities you once loved. Let's say you want to cultivate a habit of exercising. You were consistent for some time, but here comes one of those days when everything falls apart and you don't feel like working out at all. Research suggests finding a physical activity you can still do when your motivation is low, such as walking or practicing yoga. This principle applies to all other goals as well. When you're down, find something easy to do no matter how small the action is. Regularly revisiting your dreams will help you keep going. Spend a minute each day listing your actions toward your goals and reflecting on your experiences. This accountability and focus can significantly impact your overall well-being and progress. Changing our relationship with setbacks is another crucial aspect of sustaining motivation. Many of us tend to give up after the first sign of difficulty, failing to realize that each challenge brings us closer to our goal. Remember, it's not about avoiding missteps, but learning to bounce back. View failure as a teacher rather than a punishment. A helpful strategy is to treat ourselves with the same empathy and understanding we would offer to someone we love. This compassionate approach can help you regain motivation and stay on track. Key point 7. Keep moving forward despite self-doubt. Handling criticism can be a daunting yet inescapable aspect of life. Sadly, the mere anticipation of disapproval can sometimes be enough to hinder progress. Even when the feedback is constructive, it can sometimes wreak havoc on our self-esteem. Therefore, it is vital to cultivate a strong sense of self. The goal isn't to stop caring about other people's opinions entirely. After all, we are social beings, and the desire for approval is a fundamental human characteristic. Think of confidence as a house. You've put a lot of effort into building it, but when you move to a new country, you've got to construct a new one. Likewise, you must build confidence again when you explore a new sphere. The only way confidence can grow is when we are willing to be without it. Dr. Julie Smith. You discover your true capabilities and resilience when you step out of your comfort zone and explore new territory. As you overcome obstacles and achieve new milestones, your belief in yourself will grow, strengthening your confidence. Courage comes first, and confidence emerges as a consequence. When facing criticism, it's essential to have a strategy to manage its impact and maintain your well-being. Here's a first aid kit to help you recover from someone else's harsh words. 1. Reality check the judgments that shook you. Whether they come from someone else or your inner voice, judgments are opinions, not facts. 2. Reduce negative self-talk. You can't get up from the ground if your inner critic keeps beating you down. 3. Connect with someone you can confide in and pour your heart out. Remember that silence feeds shame. 4. Determine whose opinions matter to you. The list doesn't have to be long. However, please note that while you may have people whose opinions are important, it doesn't mean that you need to please them. It means you are receptive to feedback from those who love and support you, valuing their input while making your own decisions. 5. Remember why you do what you do. You're here to be happy, live a life of meaning, and have fun. Think of the person you want to become. What would they do if they were in your shoes? Conclusion. In the era of picture-perfect lives, we often forget that it's okay not to be okay. A content life doesn't mean wearing a constant smile. Just as a garden requires both sun and rain to flourish, we need a mix of emotions to thrive. Embracing the full spectrum of feelings also involves seeking help if you need it. Turning to friends, family, or professionals for support can be incredibly valuable in helping us navigate life's complexities. However, people often hesitate to seek therapy as they often feel undeserving of it. They believe others have it worse, so they delay getting help until they reach a breaking point. However, waiting until your deathbed before seeking help is not a good strategy for maintaining your physical and mental health. The reality is there will always be someone worse off. But by taking advantage of professional help, your mental health may significantly improve, and life could transform beyond your expectations. When professional help isn't feasible, human support and connection become more crucial than ever. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone you trust can be therapeutic. Being open and honest about your feelings can also help reduce mental health stigma. Try this. Take a piece of paper and draw 2 lines, dividing it into 4 sections. Label the sections thoughts, emotions, physical sensations, and behavior. Whenever you're overwhelmed, fill in this chart with the details about your current state. Next, create another similar graph. Fill it with information on how you feel when you're at your best. What made you feel this way the last time? Pay attention to the physical and other sensations you feel when you're happy. Is there anything you can do right now to evoke these feelings?